Hey Juju fans, I'm Lindsay, the creator of JujuStyle.com, and today I've got Jenny here, a stylist at Hairpins located in the Crossroads district. Today she's going to tell you about some different really cool, fun, easy hairstyle tips for this fall. Also make sure and check back every Wednesday, and it's going to be Jenny's tip of the week. She's going to tell you about different fun hairstyles and different tips every single week, so make sure and check back.
Hey guys, today we're going to start out curling Lindsay's hair. Sort of the main look for this fall that I've been noticing is a super undone, boho chic kind of textured look. Nothing's ever too set in stone. So I'm going to go over how to curl the hair in a way that you don't get that Shirley Temple effect. Starting out around the face, it's always good to curl back away from the face, not forward. That will ensure that it just lays nice and easy for you and opens your face up quite a bit. So we're just starting out with curling this base part underneath. I always like to curl these underneath pieces a little bit tighter than you would the top pieces, just because you know, it gets heavy and it starts to fall loose, especially with long hair. So an important thing that I always like to stress is product. So I'm using a super lightweight, flexible hairspray that allows movement and, like I said, flexibility, but it doesn't give it that crisp, hard finish. So just kind of taking the whole strand and coating the entire strand, even a little bit on the back side. Just that's going to give it a really great memory and a really good hold. So continuing on. Again, I'm curling, taking the iron and I'm curling back away from the face and working my way up. When you're doing this sort of look, you know, it's okay to maybe leave a loose end out or to let a piece fall loose. Nothing has to be too perfect. That's sort of the beauty of this whole new look that's happening right now.
And then I notice a lot of times, I mean, I don't pretend to be the best hairstylist in the world, but when I curl my hair, I get that like crimp, that messed up crimp at the end.
Yeah.
What do you do to not get that? Like, what's a good tip?
A good tip for that, and I can show you here. So here's at the point that it would start happening, where you see this piece sort of hanging out, and it's really, really important, if you don't want to see that crimp, to kind of click it all the way down to the end of the curl there, all the way to the end.
Right. And
where it's sealed in the iron with the heat, and that's going to kind of seal it and keep it polished so that it doesn't get caught in the clamp there, and that's usually what happens. So you want to make sure you click it all the way down to the bottom of the curl, and then you see it's a very smooth, finished look.
Perfect. Okay. Because I noticed that's I hear a lot of friends and people say they always get that cramp, and it's really annoying. So.
Yeah, that is definitely a problem that a lot of people have. Mm-hmm. Another thing too to keep in mind, everything in front of the face goes back in a way, but you want to make sure to switch up the direction of the curl that you're going in. And I know that I say that, but it's important to stress, because at the end of this we're gonna sort of break it all up and mess it all up, and it's not going to look like that if all the curls are going the same way. So I'm really focusing on switching up the pattern in which I'm going.
Right.
So, but also that's something too. Like, even if you're still trying to avoid the kink, but you want to leave out, you know, the last 2 inches of your ends, which is a kind of a fun look too. So I've just sort of curled the mid shaft, and then I'm clicking it out, and I'm leaving the end out, and it kind of gives that really neat sort of loose, beachy look that to ensure that you're not going to get that prom effect. So it's good to leave the ends out. Sometimes don't curl every single end even. It's okay to leave those out too.
Sure.
Even a bigger iron than what I'm working with. I'm working with about an inch size iron. You with longer hair can get by with using a bigger iron, which would take less time to curl. So, but I would give yourselves 30 minutes max, because that's the part that takes the longest, is the curling. Once you get that done, I like to kind of go through. I have a boar bristle brush here. It's an all natural. It kind of enhances shine and reduces any snagging or breakage on the hair, but I'm just going through and like sort of breaking up the curls a little bit and giving him a little bit of a, you know, even almost a fuzzy effect, because again, we're going for that really loose, boho chic, sort of tousled, undone effect. So I'm taking this brush now, and I'm starting at the ends and working my way upward along the strand. And I'm really not going up any further than about the mid shaft, about right through here. Because it really just kind of gives it that look. And it's really easy, it's really simple. You don't want to try too hard or think too much about how it's working out. That's sort of the idea, that's sort of the look. And sometimes it's even good to I use like a smaller comb, and that gives it a little bit of a different edge, and a little bit more of a hold than that brush would. So it's good to sort of tangle it almost and mess it up. And then after you do that, I like to go through and manipulate it just a little bit around the face and kind of check where things are laying. And a lot of times I take big pieces and sort of twirl, and that gives it, again, more control, but without looking too controlled. And I am not scared of using product. I think as long as you're using the right product for the right hair and the right style, you can use as much of it as you feel like you need. So this is the end result of our boho chic, textured, undone look for the fall. Check back next week for another fun tip of the week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.